Welcome back to Access Houston on 97.9 The Box.
Good Sunday morning. You're listening to Access Houston. I'm your host, KG Smooth, welcoming two incredible young men. It's their first time on the program. I had the honor of meeting them this past Thursday at Seven the Poet. He had his Male Summit at Westfield High School where he teaches. And these brothers, I just loved their energy and what they had to say going on. So please welcome the president of Dedicated and Committed, Mr. President Carl Ward. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, Houston. It's a beautiful day. Blessed we are. Sun, rain, sleet, snow, whatever. Blessed we are.
Yes, I love that energy. And the founder, Mr. Eduardo. Wait a minute. What does this say, Eduardo?
Eduardo Luna.
Eduardo Luna Lopez.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Good morning. Welcome, bro.
Here. Thank you for blessing us. Thank you for giving us the time to be here to speak for the people. To speak for the people and show that we are here for a reason and we can't be forgotten about.
That's what this platform is all about. So,
so
tell us about Dedicated and Committed. How did you all start the organization, which is a 501c3?
No, we don't have a 501c3.
Oh, no?
No,
sir. Not yet.
We don't have one yet at this point in time.
All right, but no, it's all good. But you're still doing things in the community. So so tell us about how you all started the organization.
I'm the founder, more in the sense of I'm a soccer coach first, but I not gave up, but I put it to the side after Harvey because a lot of families were affected by Harvey, and in the sense of how me personally going back to somewhere when I was in high school. That we know it's a community on the northeast side that always gets flooded for the simplest rain, but just for this one reason that Harvey came and Houston hit this time, the whole Houston, not just this regular community that I know of since I was a kid. So that's what really opened my eyes. Like, whoa! So let me do some distribution here. Well, a little simple at the park, my local park that we grew up at, but.
Not simple, my brother. Not simple.
You're right. And the thing is, God, mainly.
Yes,
thank you again.
Bless us. Thank you, God.
Letting us be here. And
thank you, Jesus.
The thing is, when that happened, it just opened my eyes to I walk down the street and I see that in one house the sheetrock is on the outside of on the street ready to get picked up, but the next house it wasn't nobody in the house or. It was just empty, but it was cars there. So this water in this particular neighborhood went to the roof. It touched the roof, and it actually it took 5 hours, not the 4 total days, for this neighborhood to get flooded. So the extra 3 days, the water was going down from the roof. So when it actually dried up, and the actual people could actually go back to their homes and everything, I'm like. And I'm actually one of those.
Hold on. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but you mean to tell me that the water rose within 5 hours?
Yes, sir.
And it took 3 days for it to recede. Whereas I think some people were led to believe that because of the reservoirs, overflowing of them, releasing them, or what. What have you made?
Yeah, that's what was on the news and everything.
So it flooded within 5, and everything else was recession.
So during them times, let's just say that's the first day Harvey, because I remember, I don't want to mention the fight that was happening because it was a major fight that everybody was going through, and it just took everybody from surprise, and they're like, whoa. I was found at my friend's house because we were watching that fight at his house, but I couldn't go nowhere. Yeah. So the first day when it was happening, it was actually happening in this particular neighborhood, which is called Lakewood. It's Lakewood Community 77078, and that's off of Tidwell and Mesa. I live in the next community, which is 77016 on the northeast side, which is Homestead and Tidwell. And what was crazy about that, I started noticing that people started sending addresses on Facebook. Hey, this person needs help to get out of his house in the first day. So it was like it was the actual fight, and the next day that it was actually some more names needed help because they told the people to go on the roof and wait till somebody come get you. This whole community was on the roof at one time, but the next day, because they went through it before, they already knew the protocols of what to do on their own if it had to happen again. So this time they didn't wait because last time when they waited, they said, I actually asked these people, they actually said it took them 3 days after for the people to come try to save them or even ask who they need help. So what happened there was I started noticing, whoa, what was going on there? So they started telling me they just said, we're not going to stay on the roof. We're going to actually go and save ourselves. So they started going to each, like, actually swimming across to the next house.
Wow.
To actually save these, to save their neighbors that they don't even know of. Yeah. Like, they don't know because the community, it's a low income community. My community, this community it's a low income. But when we talk about low income. Literally no income. So it's like, how... Okay, Houston, and now I go back to Houston because Houston did get hit. So there's more people just sending people to other addresses too. But my community and this community here, we came together to save. Like, we was on the Facebook. Yes, sir.
All of the ones, or as many as you possibly
yes,
could.
Sir.
Yes.
Thank God that. Yes, sir.
Yeah, indeed.
Is this about the time that I came in?
And I would. That's where I'm coming to right there.
Yeah.
Because when it receded, the water just dried up. That's why I came in, and all I did was help people get stuff out their home.
How many houses did you get?
When I had got them houses,
you led the way. Like, Eduardo led the charge of, hey, let's do something. Why not start with gutting the homes? Because that's the first step anyway. And that's what we can do, because that takes nothing but might and strength and a few good men.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And the whole Houston couldn't do that, so people from out of state came and started marching. But they found this neighborhood that needed this help for this 25 to 30 houses we did in the first month or two.
Word.
Because in a sense what's going on, already in the second month, we started seeing people from Houston now. Okay, so the other people, they started leaving. The people from Houston would come. And this is where it happens. We started doing distribution because the house is good and everything. All they need now is what? Sheetrock or mold check first. Is that's the protocol. What you got to do first is mold check.
Right.
But when the organizations come in and try to help you and everything, and they try to do a house, it's bigger than that. You can't just go to one house. You have to actually go check on a neighbor's house too, because that house went through the same thing. Just go ask, did they get a mold check? Because that's the first thing you'll think in this neighborhood since it went to the roof. And you have installation that's old and that's just all mixture of. The thing with this neighborhood, it has a bayou that runs in the back of it, and it also has just things that it's so weary to you to think like, well, all that they have all that, and this is y'all not getting no help. So this is where my president comes in play. I started a distribution at a gutted house that I did. So when I started going Facebook Live, and when I started going Facebook Live, the people started reaching out. Houston, good-hearted people. When I asked God, hey, send me somebody that's gonna, because people stopped listening to me at that moment because organizations started big time 501c3 holders, something that we don't hold right now.
So you saying that you prayed for God to send you somebody?
Oh yeah, somebody.
Is that what you just said?
Somebody to actually just. To show me that what I'm doing is not wrong.
So this is where I come in, because see, while he was going through all of that with getting the homes gutted and like that, I was going with a lot of personal issues at my own home. We get my own home gutted with spirits and things like that just coming up against me. You know what I'm saying? So this is where I'm at with it, and I don't mean to offend anyone. These are just my beliefs, so don't get scared by the way I talk. But this is just what I believe, and I bring it to light to help you understand, you know, how it is today as we stand. But I was at home basically going through it, basically in a depressed stage, and I'm like, God, I have to do something. Please pull me out of this. I know it's a lot of people out there suffering worse than me right now. My pain is just internal. It's people that's hurting externally, internally, all around. Families hurt, families destroyed. And I'm praying every day, every night. Boy, I ain't never prayed so hard in my life. And I was led to actually a kid's birthday party where I got to talking to some people from the Homestead area. And they were talking about how they would go to the George R. Brown and how the George R. Brown had the good stuff. And I want to go get the good stuff from George R. Brown. I'm like, what's the good stuff? Like, oh, they got clothes and blankets and all this and all that. And I'm like, well, I got a garage full of stuff like that. I've been trying to get rid of, like, good stuff, you know, still in rappers, some stuff haven't even been touched. And I've been trying to get rid of it since the storm. But I would take it to churches. Oh, we're not taking stuff like that. I would take it to other places. Oh, we're not accepting stuff like that. I say, so God, you want me to put it in the hand of the person that you want to be blessed with this. So at the party, I hear the ladies talking. The one lady, I say, you know what? I'm gonna bring you the stuff that I have. I have a house full of stuff. So I was led over to those apartments, and through those apartments, I was able to rid out my garage of everything that I had been trying to get rid of for a year before the storm. Me and my wife had been saying, just get rid of it, but I'm not finna throw it away. It's good stuff that people can use.
Mm-hmm.
So the time finally came, got rid of that. And I'm at work one day, and I see a post on Facebook, because I work at a desk, so I can be on the phone or whatever. And I see the post on Facebook, and I'm like, wow. I see the greenhouse that he was talking about where they were doing the distribution, and they had signs up with voice your concerns for the community, voice your concerns, ideas, frustrations. I'm like, I say it don't look, as far as, presentation, it's not, but it's there. Everything is there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's beautiful,
Mm-hmm.
just the way it is.
Mm.
So this one I realized we got to come down to earth. We've been on our high horse. And that's exactly what I did that day. I stepped down off my high horse at lunch. My lunch break, I went to that community because it was 5 minutes from where I work, Lakewood community.
And that's where Dedicated and Committed birthed out of the devastation from Harvey, and
Yes.
you all having the desire
Yes.
and listening to the word of God for you
Yes.
to go and help these people who are
Yes.
in need.
Yes.
That's what's up. You're listening to Access Houston. We're talking to Carl Ward and Eduardo Luna Lopez from Dedicated and Committed. So let's talk about some of the programs that you all have started with the organization.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, we have sheetrock deliveries every Monday that we do, and we do that by way of Habitat and Humanity and United Way. We thank them for all their efforts and everything that they're doing. They're working and pushing forward. So Houston, just know that there are people out there that are really fighting for you behind the scenes right now, and we pray to God that in the near future they'll start showing in your communities and neighborhoods and things like that. Okay. And then we also have food distributions every Thursday. Okay. At Harbert Taylor Park. That's in the City Gas area of Houston. All this is on the northeast side of Houston. If you're not from Houston, familiar with Houston, we're on the northeast side. We can give you zip codes we're working in: 77078, 77016, 77028. And just to give you, myself, I'm from Greenspoint, Texas, and coming to find out in this, we're all in District B together, the 5th Ward area, the northeast side of Houston. We have Greenspoint in there. We also have part of the Acres Home, but we're for all of Houston, though. This is just the birth of it, and we would love to hear from everybody within these communities. We have the resources. We would love to bring food distributions and things like that to your areas. So, please reach out, Dedicated and Committed. That's our Facebook page, and you'll see our logo. It's a DAC logo. It's red, green, and blue. I'm not sure the particular order of the colors, but it will say DAC in that order.
And what about social media? Like, can they follow you guys on?
Yes, sir. You can follow me at Eduardo Luna Lopez, EDUARDO. Last name Luna, LUNA. Lopez, LOPEZ.
Yes, and you can follow myself on Facebook at C Ward, and that's actually SEA, like sailing the seas, sailing the south. You know how they used to do in H-Town back in the day. North side in there too. Love y'all. Hey, C Ward, SEAWARD.
Indeed. Real quick before we get, because we getting short on time, and I got some others coming in. Your thoughts on the, even though it was a short amount of time on Thursday when we were at Westfield.
Real quick, I'm sorry. I also want to, I also want to let you know we have a podcast coming up. Shout out to the Media Block. They'll be doing our podcast. We got that starting, so stay tuned and look forward to that. And was it anything else that we missed as far as what we're doing? I want to make sure we have that covered.
I want to mention that we have a Spark Park. It's a community park that I'm gonna just say adopted, because I went to the school where it was actually dedicated to, and there's some chains got on it, and some chains were to lock the gates and everything. So the elderly and the kid were asking why y'all locking it. So I asked for it, so they gave him the Spark Park and the school that is in. I'm a local. I'm a volunteer coach for that school too. So it was pretty simple. I'm gonna say because all we gotta ask, and they say you ask, they'll give it to you.
Mm-hmm.
So when it happened, I took responsibility for it. But when I went on the actual playground, I found up a mold and rust.
Yeah.
So I want to bring attention to that, and I want to tell all of the leaders in my community to step it up with me. I know I've been lacking in some ways, but we all here. We're all here together to learn from each other, to bless each other, and let God lead us.
Yes, amen.
Yeah, indeed. Well, fellas, I appreciate y'all coming through. Like, this is some
we
great stuff that y'all doing. You know, this Harvey situation, it's going to be years before, you know, we totally bounce back.
We're in
I
it for
feel
the
so
long
this is
run.
going to be an ongoing thing,
sir.
and y'all are just, you know, many of the few change agents who are on the ground doing the work, you know, yourselves. And so I salute you. That's why I invited you on this program, because I like what y'all got.
And when you told us that, we want to thank you first for inviting us and giving us the chance to do this. And without this, because a lot of people who denied, they said no, we don't want to hear you. And it's like a racial break in the sense of I'm Hispanic and
I'm black.
so we want to make sure that
whatever you want to call it, just don't
we're
call me
touching
colored, please.
each level of what we can do. And our side is predominantly blacks and Mexicans, so Hispanic, so we want to do that part too. Come together.
Yeah, indeed. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
The president, Carl Ward, and the founder, Eduardo Luna Lopez from Dedicated and Committed.
Yeah,
thank you,
Glory to
gentlemen.
God.
And thank you for listening to Access Houston.